every run is a step closer to discovering our true potential. Good morning and Jai to all present here. We are truly honored and thrilled to welcome a distinguished personality who inspires us with his dedication, both as an exceptional leader and an avid sports enthusiast. It is an absolute honor to introduce a leader who exemplifies resilience, vision, and dedication. Mr. Gautam Rajgarhia. As the Pro Vice Chairman of DPS Pharmacy, his unwavering commitment to excellence has significantly shaped the institution's growth and success. Beyond his remarkable contributions to education, he is also a passionate sports enthusiast whose personal achievements such as completing a marathon inspires us to push our limits and embrace challenges with determination. Let us warmly welcome Gautam Rajgarhia sir as he shares his incredible journey and the life lessons it imparts. Absolutely.
Shaping our school's journey. And today, we have the privilege to hear about another remarkable...
Alright. So, Namaste and Jai Hind everybody.
Yes, sir.
Audible?
Yes, sir.
Can I hear one big Jai Hind?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we have a good crowd here. All of you are 9th and 11th graders, I'm told?
Yes, sir. 9 and 11.
9 and 11. So, I was told that you all want to listen a story. And that's why we are here at BCLL. So I'm going to tell you a story on how the journey began towards fitness. So like all of you, back in 9th grade or maybe 11th grade, I was told that you have to chase success in life. Work very hard and you will become successful. Once you become successful, you will become happy. And that chase continued till the time I was around 32, 33. So 10, 12 years into my working life and I was still chasing happiness and I was trying to find where happiness is. And then I discovered somewhere around COVID that I like doing some fitness activities. I wasn't into fitness back in school days at all. Okay, unfortunately, I now wish that I was into sports in a big way in my school days because that's the time when you can really hone a sporting skill, but it didn't happen to me then. So I started with this journey of running around COVID and I realized that it was something that gave me true joy. It was almost meditative. When you are in the process of running, you're almost talking to yourself and the whole world outside is in silence. You don't have your screen, you don't have mobiles, you don't have any notifications. It's just you and your breath and it's going up and down and you feel that you are truly in the presence of God. And I will not be able to explain it in words what that is, but if you are doing anything that gives you that feeling of true joy, of being in that moment where you are one with the divine, that's where your true passion lies. So my journey with running started when I realized that this is something that's giving me joy and I pursued it. And the first time that I ran about 1 kilometer and I was huffing and puffing and I said, this is it. You know, this is how much my body can endure. And as I got deeper into the pain zone, I went on to 2 kilometers, then 4, then 6, 10, 12. And I realized that running or any fitness or anything that you do in life is a very mental game. It's not a physical, it's not a endurance thing. It's called an endurance sport. But running is actually a test of your mental strength, your resilience, and your moment of go deep into the pain zone and say that nahi mere ko ye karna hai. I want to do this because this is something that I enjoy. So a lot of times in your life as students you will find some things getting extremely challenging, and this is not for giving you any lecture on this, but you will truly find joy when you cross that zone where it's like an uphill thing. You go up till here, it's painful, and then from here onwards it starts becoming joyous. So you have to cross that hill for anything that you do. So when I started First 8-10 kilometers, I said, boss, this is it. I think this is the limit of human endurance. And then you read books. Then I read a book by Kipoche, who is the fastest marathoner in the world. And he told us of how deep into the pain zone he went into running. Right? You're running almost at a speed of 20 on the treadmill. How many of you have ever run on a treadmill? Maybe 10, 12 is where you can go, or maybe 14, 15. But to run for 2 hours at the speed of 24, 25 on the treadmill, that's crazy, right? How does your body, endure? That's the beauty. Your human body is designed to go through the pain zone very, very deep. It can endure so much suffering, but it is our minds that give up. So even when it comes to, achieving anything in life, our minds give up before, anything else. I remember when I was running and I was doing the Ladakh marathon, which is at 13,000 feet, oxygen is low, and your mind starts playing games with you, starts telling you, Gautam, you've run 7-8 kilometers, that's enough, you'll get tired. You go and tell the world, ki bahut bhag liya, don't run more. So your mind is always playing and taking the shortest route possible. You will always want to cheat. You will always want to tell yourself, do the easier thing. That's where your resilience and your strength comes into the picture and shuts that part of the brain which is telling you to take the cheat code, to take the smallest part, and telling you that take the easier route. Don't do that. Just go with the flow and you will realize that there is ecstasy at the other end, that you will feel true joy when you cross that. So that's been my journey. I did one full marathon internationally. I realized running 42 kilometers was no easy feat. After 18 or 19 kilometers, your mind starts getting bored. You're doing the same activity for 2 hours, and then you realize you have another 2.5 hours to run. So imagine that's so boring. Even if you have to walk for 4 hours, it can get boring. So running for 4.5 hours or 4 hours gets boring. So your mind starts playing games. And then you start feeling cramps in different parts of your body. You start feeling that your lungs are going to pop out. The whole body starts talking to you. You start feeling breathless, start getting a headache, start feeling nauseous. All of those things, there's a cycle. It keeps coming. And every pain that comes into your body, your brain tells you, ruk jao. That's it. You've done enough. Stop. Sit on the pavement. Around the 33rd, 34th kilometer into my marathon, I was like, okay, this is it. I'm not going to do this beyond. But then, you go deeper and you peel off the layers which talk to you negatively. And that's when, I managed to finish it. The experience of finishing it was magical. Not just because you get so many accolades on social media, you can click pictures and put it out, but for yourself to have actually crossed the finish line in terms of achieving it was super fantastic.
Thank you so much for sharing your journey with all of us. Your experiences will always fuel our dreams and goals, and we will always look forward to run the marathon in our life and achieve all the goals.
Thank you. That will be wonderful. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Anyone has any questions?
To ask you, what keeps you motivated to take so many responsibilities with such energy?
The fact that you can make a difference in so many lives. Every morning you get up thinking that you're going to make a difference, and you're optimistic about it. So optimism really brings energy in everybody, and hope is something that we all thrive for, whether it's going to be your board examinations or interviews or anything that you do. Hope is something that keeps you going, and I really hope that one day all of you who are hearing what I'm telling you will be moving towards fitness, and that is what is giving me joy to be here amongst you all. When I travel to the schools that we have, to see smiles on children's faces, to see that we're making an impact, and when children move out of school and they do something amazing for their country, is something that keeps me really motivated.
Good morning, sir. I'm Akshita Patel, and I have a question. How does the BCNF reflect the cultural heritage of Varanasi while appealing to a modern audience?
Say that again, I missed you.
My question is, how does VCLF reflect the cultural heritage of Varanasi while appealing to a modern audience?
Okay, so I think this is our 4th edition of VCLF. And at VCLF you can see that we are celebrating folk stories, we are celebrating Indian art forms, we are celebrating different art forms which represent India, as well as we are bringing modernity to it. We are talking about creative writing, digital artworks, we are talking about, it's like a confluence, right? So young children like yourself who hear about stories like Ross just mentioned about Enid Blyton, or talking about stories from the past, and then converting that. We are also doing a session on AI. It's like a confluence of both the Indian heritage and modern India.
What do you think is the key to balance sports and academics in life?
The key to balancing anything in life, not just sports and academics, is discipline, right? My friends tell me that you have gone mad, you get up at 4 in the morning and you go running, while most of the other people would sometimes be watching Netflix. I also tend to err. Sometimes I'm also getting up very late, but I realize that to be successful in anything, whether it is your studies, whether it is sports, discipline is the most important thing. So if you are disciplined, you will find time. People who achieve the best in life, whatever they've done, they also had the same 24 hours as we do, right? It is about utilizing that time to the fullest and ensuring that you're maximizing whatever you're doing in those 24 hours. So if you end up scrolling your phones, then the time goes by. Your 2 hours become 4 hours and so on. But if you are reading a book, getting knowledge, watching a podcast, hearing somebody, that's enriching yourself, and that comes with dedication when you're focused. So focus will bring that.
Thank you.
Anybody else?
Jayan sir. Sir, my question is, I'm sure you must have a favorite pair of shoes, especially for marathons. Do they have a specific name or some lucky charms that was attached to them?
Not a lucky charm, but yeah, I have a pair of shoes that I hold very dear, called Soulmates for me. I've run 2 marathons in them, one full and one half. And the lucky charm to nahi hai, but I have a practice. It's called visualization, which I would recommend all of you to do. Is that when you are going into something which is important for you, visualize the process, go into the visual domain of it. Like when I'm thinking about a marathon, I know that after 20 kilometers I will get into that zone where my mind starts talking to me. I have to visualize that pain and I have to tell myself you have to cross this. So when you visualize it, whether it's writing board examinations, imagine yourself getting stuck onto a question. What would you do, right? When you visualize something, you can truly overcome those things. So the process that I have is get up in the morning, 10-15 minutes, close your eyes, sit in silence, visualize how the whole process is going to unfold, and then at the end of it you realize that you're crossing the finish line. So that keeps you really going. So no charm, but the process is important.
Do they have a specific name or something?
Just visualization, my space, my time. You can do it at any place, in your room, on your bed. Just take 10 minutes and close your eyes in silence, no phones, no distractions. This could not necessarily early in the morning. Do it anytime. Go back from school, 10 minutes, just close your eyes and sit in silence. And you will see miracles happening to you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Great question. Thank you.
Sir, what's more challenging, convincing students to study or crossing a finish line of a marathon?
Great question. Convincing students to study for sure, because I think there is just the era that you guys are born in, unfortunately has so many distractions. We were not having so much screen, we weren't having access to digital media, we weren't having as much access to things. So we would actually get bored, and when we got bored, what would we do? We went to a book. घर में मैगजीन पढ़ी होती थी, उसको उठा लेते थे, न्यूज़पेपर पढ़ लेते थे. But I think nowadays these things are getting obsolete, and you guys aren't at fault. The thing is that everybody has a gadget, and it allows you to quickly, in 30 seconds, in 10 seconds, see a reel or see something which is exciting and then move on to the next. So it's stimulation. So your minds are constantly stimulated. While when you are running marathons, Running the marathon is not so hard. The harder part is the preparation. So it is the months and months of practice that you do before. So I always say, you don't win medals in marathons. You just collect them in the races. But the winning actually happens in the practice for that. So the same way I think for all of you, when it comes to studies, it is not about what you do in board examinations or your examinations or in life. It is the process, it's the practice that you do. So if you've done work the whole year, then no matter last mein kya hota hai, nahi hota, it doesn't matter. If you've done the work, it will happen. Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Sir, if you could choose a soundtrack for your life balancing sports, academics and your leadership, what song it would be?
A soundtrack.
Yes, sir, what song?
Okay, I got it. I don't have one, but I have a couple of them which I listen to when I run. It's motivating. Is Zinda, if you have heard it from Bhag Milkha Bhag.
Sir, could you sing one?
I am not very good at singing, but Zinda is one song that is inspiring, gets your adrenaline rushed. So when you are really, feeling your legs are hurting and your mind is talking, so you listen to a song like that. And then one that balances everything and in life in general is Chale Chalo from Lagan, which talks about, you got to keep moving no matter what happens in life. So it's a journey. So you have to keep walking and you've got to keep moving forward. So for all of you, you're in 9th grade right now. You will eventually move out of school into college, from college into work, and life keeps going on. So the time doesn't stop for anybody. So Chale Chalo is a very inspiring song in general to balance all of this out.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Such profound questions all of you are asking. Is this like you've been given these questions or you're thinking about these questions?
So I have a question. If you could describe your leadership style in one word, what would it be?
My leadership style would be empowering. I believe in trusting people who are at various positions, and I like to allow them to explore their possibilities and work, and give them the resources that are needed to function effectively.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Sir, actually, I am very curious to know that what inspired the idea of VCLF and how has it evolved over the years?
The idea of VCLF, okay, that's interesting. So, when did you join DPS Varanasi?
Sir, in 2022.
2022. So, our first VCLF was in 2019. And let me go back before that. I think we were doing annual days before that. And we realized that when we were talking about what really excites students, and we realized stories, imagination, magic, tricks, a world of wonder, all of that excites students. So our annual days were designed to showcase something grand and magnificent, but it got repetitive with students practicing the same things again and again. And VCLF, we realized, was a window where you could showcase various art forms, music, doodling, storytelling, reading books, literature. It all came together. And we all, when we were discussing about VCLF, or we were discussing about how to start a festival, a children's festival, we all went back into our childhoods and thought, what is it that would really excite us? So it was something in the middle of going to a school fete with literature as the backdrop of it.
Thank you, sir.
And over the last 4 VCLFs, we have seen that smaller kids, especially grades 3, 4, 5 and 6, they come back with wonder, and everybody goes back with a love for reading, or at least thinks that I will start reading. And for us, that's a true winner, because in this world where so many distractions are there, if a child can become a reader or even remotely think about reading, that's a wonder in itself. How many of you love reading? Okay, we have quite a few readers here. Wonderful. Fantastic. Any of your favorite books? Wonderful, wonderful. So yeah, books really give, yes, wonderful. Students, anybody? A lot of you raised your hands. Any books that you've loved reading? It could be imaginary tales or fiction, anything. What is it about? I haven't.
Sir, it's a story about a young girl who doesn't have anyone. She's alone in the world. She doesn't have a family. Okay. And she goes to this boarding school. She creates her own life. And that's basically about herself, about her building her own life.
Wonderful. So what is it that you all have liked about VCLF? Anybody? Anything that truly makes you love it, not like it so much, like it a lot? Anything at all? Yeah?
My favorite book was Theory of Relativity.
Theory of Relativity?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
So sir, I like science much, so I like Theory of Relativity as.
Okay, wonderful.
Sir, I like the idea of VCLF because there is many things, extracurricular activity that are performing here and giving more attention to child's mind and developing of mind, how child's think, uniqueness and everything is appreciated here. So I love the idea of VCLF that much.
Wonderful.
Thank you, sir.
Good morning, sir. Actually, at this point of time, my favorite book, I guess, is The Animate and the Inanimate by Sir William James Sadis. Actually, he was unknown. He is one of the persons who has highest IQ ever recorded. So, I guess I still don't understand that book much, but it was my favorite book since the start, and that helped me connect to this VCLA. When I connected to that book, then I got to know that there are many things which I don't know, and still after reading that book, I guess 4 to 5 times, I don't understand what actually is going on in the life. So that is when I came to that, yeah, in VCF our book fair, that when we enter the school on that hall, we have our book fair, and at that point of time, I saw many self-help books, and like I get motivated to see them.
Okay.
And I like reading them.
Wonderful, wonderful. So books really take you into a different world. You can time travel, you can, go into Alice in Wonderland and whatnot. So that's fantastic. So many of you are readers. I'm very happy to see that.
Are we done with questions, or if anybody has any more questions?
Sir, I have a question, sir, that for you, what is the most interesting and the most rewarding part for being a leader and the favorite part of being a leader?
All of you. The fact that I see so many children smiling, doing well, coming out with flying colors, that is the most rewarding part. And I'll give you a small story. I put in a LinkedIn post very recently on that. I got a call from a person from an event management company, and one of our alumni had graduated from a college and joined recently, and she happened to be an acquaintance. So she called me up and said, "Oh Gautam, we have this student from DPS Varanasi and a 2016 pass out, and I was wondering what's going to come my way." And she said, "What a wonderful boy he is, so humble, so hardworking, respects elders." And that day you really sleep well, because when you know that you've done something right at the school level. And kudos to all your teachers, your peers, who give you this environment where you can really truly shine outside. That's really something that makes me happy and keeps me motivated to go forward.
Thank you so much, sir, for your time and answering all our questions.
Thank you. Thank you.
So much for that. Everybody, please be seated. Don't leave your places, because in the next 5 minutes we have a session from High Star related to the session that sir spoke about.
So amazing. So one round of applause for all of you for being such amazing audience. And I really hope next 2 days you enjoy VCLF to the fullest. Eat good food. I can also smell some good food. We brought you halfway from all the stalls that you guys were standing in line for. So after we finish the session today, we'll go back quickly. I'll join you guys eating some good dosa. So are we having that session right now? Maybe we can start after 10 minutes of break. Thank you everybody for being an amazing audience. Thank you.